Welcome to the story of the Hasura cow, which is identified by a white front mark that resembles the map of Kenya and almost a similar mark at the back at the base of the tail. This cow has been named the hustler because hustling is all about moving about, trying to get your livelihood. And this cow is normally seen in many streets of a major city here in town in the country as it tries to get its livelihood. The cow walks briskly, confidently along the road, and it keeps its lane. It keeps left just like vehicles. And the cow moves about. Sometimes it is not confident, sometimes it's undecided, and it is trying to think of what to do. And sometimes it meets obstacles and it moves backwards, or it moves back to the direction it had come from. When it comes at major junctions or crossroads or roundabouts, each day it knows which road to take. And it does that. It doesn't matter whether there is a traffic jam, whether there are many vehicles, or where there are other pedestrians or other activities. And it is able to mingle with all those, and eventually it is able to get its way and to continue walking. And it walks at the side of the road, but in case it finds an obstacle, it's able to overcome that obstacle and move and even walk at the middle of the road, but keeping its lane. And it continues walking and walking just like other hustlers, but it normally knows its target or where it's going. Sometimes it has to cross the road and there are other motorists, and just like a human being, it stops so as to give the motorists a chance to pass, or the motorists sometimes they give it a chance to cross the road. And in most cases, uh, the hustler cow walks alone, unguided and without anybody giving it direction. But once in a while, there is this caretaker who comes to take it home, mostly during the day, maybe to take water or maybe for milking. And the caretaker guides the cow to its home or towards the home. The target of the cow every day is to get feed, which it gets from dust bins, from garbage sites, from where there is any green, any waste that it can be able to get green. And this cow, the story started when it was young, when it was a heifer. And it was able to identify those places. And even now, when it is a cow and it has its own calf and it has been milked, it has milk, it still knows where to get its feed. Sometimes it targets the roadside grass where it can also get enough to eat. And when it does that, it consumes as much as possible until it is full. And when it has consumed enough, it takes a break, sometimes just a rest along the roadside, or sometimes it might decide to lie down just briefly at a shade, just very briefly to rest. And while this cow does its work mostly during the day, it is not unlikely to find it going towards town center late in the evening. And it walks confidently, knowing where it is going. And it also knows the time to go home. When it is dark and it is late in the evening, you will find the hustler cow, walking briskly towards his home. And it might sometimes find something to eat on the way. And because it knows it is late, it normally enters those places briefly. It takes a bite and then it continues on its journey. During that period, the hustler cow has learned many lessons. It has learned that when it is time to move, you have to move, even if it means crossing the road and it is a busy road, and there are other hustlers. There could be vehicles or even pedestrians or even other hustlers. You have to keep on moving, and you have to cross the road and go to your target. And it also knows where it is likely to get feed, especially where people are also going for food. It knows that a lot of food has been prepared in those places, and therefore it knows in the nearby place it is likely to get either water or some feed. But it also knows that this is not its place. So if it is chased away, it has to keep on walking. It has to go and look for another place, and it has to keep on moving. And it has also learned that sometimes it is not good to intermingle with others, but it is good to walk at the side of the road or far off the side of the road, where you can also get something as you move along towards your target. And when it gets the target, the hustler cow does not waste time. It really consumes, and it really eats to its full capacity and then continue walking. Another lesson that the hustler cow has learned over time is that there are many others who take interest in you as a hustler. And therefore, once in a while, it is good to survey your environment, and even sometimes it is good to stop and look back and survey and see who is taking an interest in you. And if you do this surveillance and you find that sometimes you are in a very risky place, but it is all right to continue since you are not breaking the law, you can still continue hustling even near such places. Another lesson that the hustler cow has learned is that life decision making is very difficult. Sometimes we might see opportunities on the other side where it is very good, but you find that it is very risky and you have to take the opposite direction, and you keep moving as it has known that ahead you are likely to get an opportunity. So the hustler cow sometimes makes a 90-degree turn or a U-turn, and it moves looking for its livelihood. Another lesson that the hustler cow has learned is that the hustlers have no time to waste. Things that others do comfortably during their free time, like other cows take their time in their sheds to go to the toilet and help themselves, the hustler cow does this while it is walking, because hustling is all about walking. It's all about chasing. It's all about trying to get your livelihood. There is no time to waste. Another lesson that the hustler cow can teach other hustlers is that it's not everybody who can be a hustler. Others have tried at their adult life and failed miserably. They get confused in the middle of the road. Others have started when they are young and they have vanished from the roads. This comes to the end of the hustler cow, and it brings us to the beginning of hustling in animals. Welcome.